Yep. He declared martial law. Now, I'm putting two and two together. I finally figured out what's in the United States little secret meeting with the UK. It's finally come out on War News. Y'all know War News is pretty, yeah, pretty straightforward. All right, you ready? You guys ready for this? Because this is about to be crazy. Oh man, this is about to be wild. But good morning, everybody. I know nobody was expecting a YouTube live this morning at all, but I did see somebody ask on my Instagram when I was posting all the crazy news on the Instagram. They was like, "Dude, you gotta go live," and I'm like, "Oh shit, you know what? I do gotta go live." I mean, there's no other way to put it. Things are really bad. Impending nuclear use by Russia, emergency trip, the unthinkable issue by the British Ministry of Defense in the United States preparing humanitarian forces. Now, it's already being reported that these forces are hitting in towards Lviv, as it says down here. It's already being reported. There are reports of forces entering Lviv on humanitarian grounds. Possible retaliatory measures by Russia for so these are they came over here to discuss the punishments for Russia for the Nord Stream pipeline if Russia uses a nuclear weapon because they're scared that Russia's about to detonate a nuclear weapon on top of the Black Sea as a warning to Ukraine. Um and they said any kind of detonation of a nuclear weapon will, have consequences if they would, move in troops. They would get more involved in the war. And now it's being said that Russia um, is getting ready for nuclear use. Now, if you look at the bottom here, there's this made me think. There's Ukrainians that's being evacuated. I think it's like 60. Yeah, there we go. 60,000 from Kherson is being evacuated. 50 to 60,000. What if? And this is a big what if. Russia annexed these territories almost like a little shield so they could declare martial law, bring back the citizens of Ukraine maybe into Russia because Russia has a lot of bunkers, and they could strike. They could strike Ukraine. They would have more of a. They wouldn't be able to strike the annexed areas, but it'll be over the annexed areas. So maybe towards the west of Ukraine. But if they're evacuating them right now, and they're saying they're getting ready for something, they have to do something extreme or intense, harsh decisions. That's all being said by the defense person that Putin just put in. I need the general guy that Putin just put in. The new General Armageddon. Anyways, let me just let's go through this. Let's read this. I had to get through to the facts, get through to the warning real quick because I'm like, oh shit. They're warning that he could announce something extreme, total war with NATO and stuff, and he could detonate a nuclear weapon. Like, what the fuck? We're in those times, huh? British Defense Secretary Ben Wallace is making an emergency trip to the United States on impending use of nuclear weapons by Russia. Developments are running at a blistering pace now that humanity is very close to something that would have seemed unimaginable a few months ago. British Defense Secretary Ben Wallace canceled his appearance before the House of Commons Defense Committee on Tuesday and traveled to the United States for emergency meetings at the Pentagon and White House. The Armed Forces Minister James Heapy said that Mr. Wallace had met with the United States counterpart about the kind of talks that are really beyond believable. The fact that we are at a time when these kind of talks are necessary. Go down. Everything indicates that British ULA flew to the United States instead of using secure communications. The Foreign Ministry of the United Kingdom has also admitted as much. So we are talking about nuclear use. There are 3 points that the British and Americans will discuss: the pending nuclear use of Russia, provisions of humanitarian aid to Ukraine immediately after use of nuclear weapons. There are reports of forces entering Lviv on humanitarian grounds. Possible retaliatory measures by Russia for strokes on the Nord Stream pipelines. The situation is extremely marginal. A short while ago, Jordan also ordered its nationals to leave Ukraine as quickly as possible. Russia's imminent nuclear use. In just a few hours, we have the interview with Russian general. The politician and journalist comment on the statements of Serge Vikin, saying that I understood that Vikin was clearly Ukraine and the West received a message that Russia is ready to use nuclear weapons and it steps on its constitutional territory. In other words, Biden and Zelensky understand the scenario for Ukraine's victory is simply not in the set of Russia's options. So basically, if Ukraine's not going to win, and they already sent Washington in their messages saying that they're ready to use nuclear weapons. Basically, that's what they're saying on here. Nuclear war is present. There is no exclusion zone. Oh wait, there is the exclusion zone. There are negotiations, but there is simply no victory for Ukraine in the deck. At the same time, the Security Council is shortly meeting on an exclusive format. Russian President Vladimir Putin will hold a virtual meeting with the Security Council on Wednesday, October 19th. The Kremlin announced on Tuesday it is planned to address the related issues, neutralizing threats to national security, regulating migration process of the interests of the country, social economic development, social political stability, the Kremlin said in a statement. Neutralizing threats to national security. That one just caught my attention. What threats? Are you talking about NATO? Because it's not just Ukraine, it's both. NATO supplying Ukraine. Ukraine's using those weapons, NATO's advancing lethal weapons on Russia and now on annexed territory, which they said would bring out nuclear weapons because it's a essential threat on Russian land, even though it's not Russian land, but you guys know what I mean. Then the vice president of the Russian Security Council of Medvedev is going to deliver a report. The Kremlin said the last meeting of the enlarged Security Council took place in May. Putin regularly, as a rule, once a week holds meetings on current affairs with the permanent members of the Security Council. British Ministry of Defense emergency trip to Washington over the unthinkable issue. According to the British media, Defense Secretary Ben Wallace made an emergency unscheduled visit to Washington to talk to his counterpart and Washington officials about common security concerns, including Ukraine and Russia. The secret nature of the last-minute trip and the comment by Second Defense Secretary, who said the talks with Mr. Wallace on Tuesday were unthinkable, suggests that particularly sensitive and serious issues was discussed. The UK defense source declined to offer any specific detail on the content of Mr. Wallace's trip. He only said, let's go down, the Secretary of Defense and Washington to discuss the common security concerns, including Ukraine. He will visit his counterpart at Washington and senior officials at the White House. The press secretary of the United States Pentagon said he is here today to discuss the situation in Ukraine and joint efforts of the United States and UK to support Ukraine, as well as to reaffirm the transatlantic ties and cooperation, a function that our two countries share when it comes to issues like Russia. Oh, damn. Oh hell no. It gave the impression that discussions were particularly serious, and he answered questions about the UK's political crisis during the interview. We are here at the Department of Defense doing a good job of keeping our nation safe at a time of incredible global insecurity. Mr. Ben Wallace is in Washington this morning, and he is having these kind of conversations that are beyond belief. We are at a time where these kind of discussions are necessary. Sky News asked about the statements out of belief. The Pentagon spokesman said, "I referred to you to the Secretary of State about this." Oh hell no! Nah. Yeah, I know what that means. They only say that the advertisement is horrible. That they only say that when something is pretty classified or severe or secret. They don't like to tell the public what's really about to come. There was no honor guard and a sign the visit was planned in a hurry, that low profiles was being kept. There was no honor guard to greet Mr. Wallace at the Pentagon. The possibility that Russia using nuclear weapons in Ukraine has emerged at a meeting of NATO defense ministers in Brussels last week. Mr. Wallace and Lloyd Austin, the U.S. Secretary of Defense, also attended and held a bilateral meeting there. 60,000 people to be transferred from Kherson to Russia. The governor of Kherson region said today that about 50,000 to 60,000 people will be transferred there to Russia and to the left bank. The evacuation is expected to last about 6 days. Wow, that is crazy. That is crazy. Hello, everybody in here. Sorry, I'm just now seeing the comments. I was trying to get this out really fast, man. Things are crazy today. I know y'all know they declared martial law in those areas. It's all over the news right now, breaking hour from hour, minute to minute, about Russia declaring martial law in the annexed region of Ukraine. And actually, some are evacuating these areas. If you don't know what martial law is, it is when the military completely takes over a country, usually, or an area, because sometimes it could be like the city, it could be as big as a state, it could be as big as a country. But right now, it's the annexed areas of Ukraine, which is Zaporizhia, Kherson, Luhansk, and Donetsk. They have these guys on total lockdown. That means the military is completely about to start making the laws there. Probably going to be a curfew. Probably going to be some forced to fight. Who knows? Who knows what kind of rules they're going to make over there? NATO is starting to take this very seriously. Now they know that Russia's not playing, and now Russia can really use nuclear weapons because now it's coming out that they actually sent a message back to the Pentagon that they are ready to use nuclear weapons. Why is everybody in here talking about Mary Jane? I just noticed that. Okay. There's some things going around also that Russia or the region of Kherson, their chief, or their head, I should say, is asking France and Germany to become part of Russia. There we go. Breaking news: so-called head of Kherson region offers France and Germany to hold referendums and join Russia. And this is on that 24 breaking news on Twitter. And he actually has a speech right here talking about this. Hopefully, you guys can see. Dead ass serious. No. Oh man. Germany and France. They want to annex Germany and France or Europe. He said I will propose to Europe. So it's not even Germany and France, it's Europe. That's crazy, bro. Hell no. Yeah, they tripping. They really tripping. All right. Hmm. The United States and South Korea is holding more drills again today. As y'all know, North Korea shot like 100 missiles off their east coast and 150 off their west coast, or not missiles, but artillery shells. They are now saying that was a major warning. That was a major warning to the United States and South Korea. Today is coming out that South Korea and the United States are holding more drills, and this is to simulate deploying through a river or something like that. I'm like, what? What the heck are they talking about? Give me 1 second. I'm about to just type in. Dang, today's gonna be a crazy day. I think in an hour Putin's supposed to be meeting with the Duma. And then things are gonna come out after that of what they talked about, or they're probably gonna announce something. But yeah, he's definitely gonna be meeting with the Duma today, it looks like. Yeah, here it is. US and South Korea conduct river crossing drills. This is just a vid of it. Uh, Always advertisement. I've never been a gambler. I'm cool. Oh no, 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 no. Alright, this is the drills they're holding. Ain't these the same drills Russia was holding before they invaded Kiev? When they were putting out the portable bridges? Wow. Yeah, I mean, I would be thinking that this was getting ready for an invasion too. I mean, they know who this is directed to. North Korea ain't stupid. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah. I know they do this every year. It's the fact, it's the timing. They've been doing drills like crazy right now. Like crazy. Like usually it's once in a while, but now they're doing it a lot. It's not about how many, I mean, the drills that they run every year is about how many they're running this year because they're retaliating against North Korea. Because North Korea is getting more aggressive, so they're becoming more aggressive. Just like NATO right now, everybody say, well, NATO holds those nuclear drills every year or every certain amount of years. Well, yeah, but not every certain amount of years is on the verge of the Cuban Missile Crisis. Not a certain amount of years, Russia's nuclear weapons are on high alert. Miscommunication can happen. They're not talking right now, and people forget that. They're not talking right now. They have no communication line with each other. They are not talking. Vladimir Putin and Biden are looking at each other as enemies. So when you're saying, hey, I'm holding drills to launch nuclear attacks on Russia, Russia's thinking in their head, oh, they're preparing for nuclear attacks on us now. This could be a cover up or a setup to actually do a preemptive strike on us. And vice versa. When Russia holds those drills while they're saying, hey, we'll nuke the United States and nuke Europe, we're thinking the same thing right now. Oh, okay, well, let's calm down our people and get them ready for some sort of conflict. And, let's be ready for what Russia does. They're going on alert, but now they're saying we can't fight a war with neither China or Russia. That's coming all over the U.S. News right now. All over. I'm not playing. Even on Fox News, it reached Fox News and everything. Let me see if it comes up on here. Yep. All I had to do was put in U.S. military, and it's all over this freaking site right now. New report on U.S. military weakness is very concerning, says former Trump national security. U.S. military is weak, unprepared for war. U.S. military is weak for the first time. U.S. military power weak, ill-equipped to handle two simultaneous contingencies. They're saying it all through there. Crazy. Now, I know a lot of people are going to laugh, but we have given a lot of our stuff away. We have given a lot of our artillery. Billions of our military equipment was stolen last year by the Taliban, and they've probably been selling them all around Europe or all around the Middle East. And we've been handing out billions and billions of dollars of equipment to Ukraine. And it's depleted to the part that we have to go into emergency budget. They have to use their emergency powers to get more of our high level shit. It's gotten that serious. We're running out, guys, and this war, this is why we're itching closer and closer to war. The more that, the United States and NATO and Russia drag this out, the more that they're getting ready for war with each other, and it's coming fast. I mean, we probably talking days to hours. I don't know. I don't know, man. They haven't stopped hitting Ukraine's power plants, guys. Usually they stop by now, right? Usually, the next day they're like, okay, we're not going to hit a couple places. They're still bombing the hell out of Ukraine, wiping out their power stations. They are still going. Kyiv is reporting blackouts right now. I just saw that on my phone. I think right here, some areas of Kyiv have no power. Breaking news. And then they already said, oh wait, this must be Putin's little announcement thing for the martial law. Oh, okay. I thought it was gonna be in English. Oh, it was short anyway. It was like 11 seconds. But yeah, I guess that was him declaring martial law. Hmm. I'm reading through these seeing if there's anything else coming out. Decree on the introduction of martial law on the new territories will be in effect from midnight. Damn. Taiwan is definitely next. China's definitely getting ready for Taiwan now, guys. I think China's going to attack them by November. I mean, in November or before. I don't know. I honestly don't know, man. My head right now is if Russia makes a move on NATO, China's going to make a move on Taiwan, bring the United States over here. They both got a plan to defeat us. They both been working together, doing drills and military drills together. Even though China doesn't fully agree with Russia, there's one thing that they have their eye on together. That's us. They hate us. And we've made it that way. Our government. I don't mean like us, the people, because they probably would, fuck with. Well, I don't know about China, but I know Russia. Russia once invited the Americans over there, but they hate our government. They hate our politics. They hate our leaders. They hate the way we run our countries. They call us weak. They call us girls. They talk shit about us every fucking day. Not to say it's true, not to say it's false. But countries, they run their way and they're still stuck in their old ways. They want their world order. The United States, they have their way of doing things. They have their world order. And the West, NATO, they all pretty much follow the United States. I ain't gonna say every single NATO country does. They still have their own way of doing things, but they're with our policies. So this is definitely the world order, the East versus West. And this is turning into a war. A crazy fucking war. This will be a war. If you survive, you'll remember it for the rest of your life. All the way down to if you die of radiation sickness, or all the way down to if you are in your bunker. When I read this yesterday, this really pissed me off. Because why can't y'all use y'all emergency powers to help us? Why we got to go all the way deep into our stockpile when we know that two countries are getting ready to fight us? I have two big theories in my head on why the United States doesn't give a shit about the weapons that we're giving to Ukraine or NATO, the defense systems and all that. Number one, NATO might just go into Ukraine anyway. And all their shit is already in there in different positions throughout Ukraine. So if they do go in there, it would be easy for them to be able to fight Russia and take them out of Ukraine. Number two, this could be a setup for home. This could be a setup for a setup evasion. A cross invasion between China and Russia. They'll EMP us. We'll be under martial law. Unless we go into immediate nuclear war, then, the Pentagon will be gone. That's a 50-50 chance as well. People think this war is going to drag out. They're just going to fight a bit. Ha ha ha. Boom, 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 boom. No. This is the United States and Russia and China. These guys are hitting infrastructure. They got intel from satellites. They're going to be hitting power plants. This is going to get to the point where the Pentagon is going to have to make a nuclear retaliation, or Russia is going to have to make a nuclear retaliation. No, this could easily go right into a nuclear war If you know anything about how these policies work in war, man, these are great powers. These ain't weak countries. They know. They look at each other at an equal level, even though the United States sometimes look down on Russia. But they know at the end of the day they could destroy each other. They will blow each other right out off the earth. That's why I say, okay, stand back, man. This is bad for the global community. It'll be a global catastrophe, man. Stand back, Russia. Stand back, US. We've talked about this. We have to be leaders. Now they're like, fuck that. I guess we're gonna blow each other up. Well, if you blow me up, I'm gonna blow the whole world up. Well, if you blow the whole world up, then I guess we're all dying. Okay, I guess we're all dying then. Crazy. But yeah, they can use these emergency powers to support more weapons to Ukraine, man. We got to go into. So does that mean that we're going into like our the shit that we need or use for the battlefield? I already know that we're giving them some of our home defense systems, the Patriot defense. They've been really talking about giving to Ukraine, and Europe needs that because they're trying to set up the Sky Shield. I don't know if y'all heard about that. Hold on. The Europe Sky Shield. Yeah, Romania to be part of the new European Sky Shield system. Germany's European Sky Shield initiative. Yeah, they're the ones that announced it. Lithuania, Latvia. It's gonna be 14 different countries. I'm going to show y'all that right now. I'm able to look this stuff up now. All right. Romania is part of the 14 group of NATO countries that will jointly acquire a new air and missile defense system. European allies are seeking to boost their defense capabilities in the context of continued Russian threat. The decision to acquire a new system was made by the defense ministers from all 14 countries, reunited in Brussels. The ministers, led by Germany representatives, signed a letter of intent for development of the European Sky Shield Initiative. The new network will be made out of Arrow 3 and Patriot air defense systems. This commitment is even more crucial today as we witness the ruthless and discriminate missile attacks by Russia in Ukraine, killing civilians and destroying critical infrastructure. In this context, I strongly welcome Germany's leadership in launching the European Sky Shield Initiative. The NATO Deputy Secretary General says the new assets and fully interoperable, seamlessly integrated within NATO air and missile defense will significantly enhance our ability to defend the alliance from all air and missile threats. From whom? And we got Belgium, Bulgaria, Czechia, Estonia, Germany, Hungary, Latvia, Lithuania, Netherlands, Norway, Slovakia, Slovenia, Romania, and the United Kingdom is also to be part of this, the European Sky Shield initiative. Aside from taking part of the Sky Shield initiative, Romania will also acquire 3 of the famous uh, Bayraktar drones made in Turkey and the Iron Dome air defense system used by Israel. Whoa. Dang, Romania, you being extra protective. And that's the end of that. Yeah, so that's their the Sky Shield I was talking about, which they announced this last year. They said it wasn't going to be ready to 2024. But now I guess they're rushing it because they know Russia's about to try to fuck Europe up. Look, guys, I gotta be honest. I already know they're about to go to war. I already know they're about to go into conflict, and I already know this is about to break off any freaking day now. I mean, their warnings is up in the air, and the politicians are kind of not hiding it no more. It's coming out of their mouths. It's coming out of their own mouths. I mean, your own president warned you of Armageddon. Donald Trump says they're on the verge of blowing this planet up. Vladimir Putin says we're on a verge of global catastrophe. We have weapons of all means. We have China saying they'll do any means to take Taiwan. I mean, come on, dude. North Korea shooting ballistic missiles into the ocean and literally saying these are simulated nuclear attacks for South Korea. You put two and two together. Now we're putting up big shield systems. The United States and Canada's supposed to be upgrading NORAD. They're all looking up to the Arctic to stop Russia's influence up there because they got all the national resources of the Arctic. They're all, they're in the lead of the ice cutters. They have the ice cutter ships, so it's easy for Russia to go up there. And the United States and NATO are a little bit behind Russia and China of trying to get their uh, resources out of Arctica. So, I think we're really close, man. Any day, any time. I can literally get off of here and be like, hey guys, there's a nuclear war going on. I can literally chill out, go to sleep, and I don't know. Anything can happen, man. Any moment. This can get out of hand, and I think it's already there. This is why Russia didn't stop. I think they're looking at Ukraine like, okay, you keep attacking these territories. That's why they say if there keep being terrorist attacks on Russian territory, if the Ukrainians keep doing terrorist attacks on the Russian territory, Russia will continue to escalate and retaliate with those same means. Now, what would a desperate Ukraine do? We always talk about a desperate Russia. But we have a question that we got to answer, or we got to ask ourselves. What do we do? What is Ukraine going to do to retaliate in a desperate move? Are they going to force a response from Russia? And I'm not going to say that Ukraine's going to drop some kind of weapon of mass destruction. Well, they could. They could drop, a chemical weapon or a biological weapon. They've been warning of something like that. They could attack a nuclear power plant by Russia, knowing that the air will flow that radiation into Russia. What would they do? Or they could attack deeper inside Russia. They send a drone in and do a terrorist attack on Moscow. They could literally do a big attack on Russia. They could really piss Russia off and hit, deeper where Russia's saying, hey, our citizens are safe and their buildings are being blown up. Then, yeah, they might actually use a nuke. But anyways, I think our NATO's about to step in anyway. It might not even need to go that far. With NATO's help, yeah, Ukraine is definitely about to be hitting inside of Russia. But Russia's getting ready for that proxy war with Belarus. So I wonder what Belarus is building up for. Is they building up for Ukraine or is they building up for Poland? Is that a cover for a different invasion? Considering Russia's flooding Belarus with weapons right now. Or is Russia simply just going to try to take out Kyiv really fast? Could they drop a tactical nuke in Kyiv? Is that on people's minds either? I wonder if that's possible. No, that would go into Belarus. That would be stupid. That would be stupid. They would have to evacuate Belarus. No. They wouldn't drop a nuke in Kyiv. Odessa? Yeah, Odessa's possible. But I mean, that's close to Romania and Moldova. He won't use nuclear weapons. I'm way beyond that, bro. I'm way beyond that. Yeah, he will use nuclear weapons. He's not bluffing, bro. Your own president told you he knows them very well. He's not bluffing. He's definitely going to do something. Breaking news, Belarusian equipment on the move. Let me look at Belarus and see what's going on. I came on here. It's been a while since we got to look up stuff together. Belarus soldiers to defect if it's asked to join war, opposition leader. Opinion, Belarus is unlikely to intervene. Belarus passing off secret mobilization as training sessions in Ukraine. Oh, Belarus hands out its biggest political motivated sentence yet. Russian ally Belarus preparing for war as Ukraine fight drags into winter. Yeah, this fight's gonna take a crazy turn in the winter, man. Let me look on here. Belarus says no mobilization plan, military eligibility checkup. Oh. I will only be concerned when my neighborhood is up in flames. Hey, that's gonna be a lot of people. That's gonna be a lot of people, man, because nobody knows. I mean, shit, I'm not even gonna know. I might not even know when they, actually shoot it up in the sky. They could be super secretive. They could be a media blackout. They could cut the power. They can glitch the internet. They could black out the news. Oh, shit, nobody's gonna know. Send you an EMS and then shut your phone off. That'd be fucked up. That would be fucked up. Let me look up Putin. Let me see if there's anything he's saying now. Putin opposes martial law. Okay, that's still the breaking thing right now. Still the big yeah. Martial law. Russia war footing, declares martial law and occupied. Yep. What's up from school? What's up, man? What's going on? Will relish the impending battle of Kherson. Putin appointed Russian commander in Ukraine on October 8th. 2 days later, a barrage of missiles struck 300 towns and cities in the country, earned a reputation for using unconventional strikes in Syria. Now, amid fears Putin could resort to using nuclear weapons to end his failing war, General Armageddon is the man tasked with turning the tide on the ground. So he was sent in by Putin to see over the destruction of Ukraine. Well, it's cold down there in New York. I mean, yeah, it was snowing up here last night in Ohio. It was snowing. I'm like, oh no, are you freaking serious? It's like the winter. The snow couldn't wait to get here. When my brother said, look outside the window, bro, and I looked out there and there was all that snow, I'm like, oh man, it's about to be one of those. Will Putin go nuclear? Putin to declare World War III on the U.S. and U.K. 10/16/2022. Nah. I know because they keep saying that we're weak. I keep saying that could be used to taunt Russia and China to act now because now they're going to think together they could take us down if they do everything right. And they might start by trying to shut down our nuclear. What if they shut down our nuclear? I know we got nuclear weapons at sea, but we wouldn't have as many, would we? If uh, if they shut down our well, they might be EMP proof. We might have something against that. Actually, I think they are. That's critical infrastructure. That's really critical infrastructure right there. Shit, that's to protect your whole fucking country. Russian bombers are testing our tactical response system NORAD. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. They got vaccine rules to fly. Oh, you got me messed up. I guess I'm never flying. I'll take a boat. And if I gotta get a vaccine to go on a ship, then I'm just gonna have to take a rowboat. No, I'm just playing. I'm cool. I sent through the link on your Instagram. Thank you. Thank you. I think this one was in a week. I wanted to show y'all this. That Xi Jinping hits back at Biden over the U.S. tech curbs on China and says, uh, "will win." The comments illustrate how China's plan to deal with the United States, placing new restrictions on tech exports that could cut its ability to develop broad sections of its economy, such as semiconductors, supercomputers, surveillance systems, and anti-advanced weapons. So the U.S. thought this was going to slow China down. I wanted to show y'all that this could also start a war with Taiwan that fast and start a war with China. The U.S. is going into footing that they're not ready for, and the people are not prepared for. This is a big time, guys. We are inching close to war with Russia and China. Now, look, if if the United States was to fight China, I think it will stay conventional for a while. But if they fight Russia, I don't think it's gonna go conventional route. Now, if they fight both, I think China's just gonna flex their nuclear missiles and Russia's gonna flex theirs because Russia still can't fight the United States and NATO within Europe. They could try, they could throw hypersonics and stuff, but I think we're gonna see nukes mixed in with that. I think this is gonna be a conventional nuclear war. That's why every time you look up World War III, it's a mix between conventional and nuclear. They'll show the tanks, battleships, and missiles, and then they'll show the nuclear explosion in the background every single time. Yes, my Instagram is Javante the Reporter. Should be the same that is spelled on here. And then I do a lot of posting on my Instagram. I've been trying to build it up so a lot of my TikTokers or YouTubers can go to my Instagram because I have a lot of posts, different posts and stuff. All right. Anyways, I'm going to continue to look into what's going on today. I wanted to hurry up and go live for you guys on here. I think I'm about to do one for TikTok. Uh, see what's going on there. I'm going to do one in a few. Give me a little time to get up and get awake. I just saw all that shit broke already. I'm like, oh no. I told him 11 o'clock nothing was going to be announced. Nothing was going to be announced till 11 o'clock. And then that's the first thing I get up to is Putin declared martial law. I'm like, oh shit. I ran to here so fast. I'm like, oh, okay. Let me just do a little more research. All right, let me hop on here. The True News Network too. Unless that one's blocked, they've been blocking that one for a weird reason, back and forth. But that's the one I should be on. All right, I will see you guys there. Remember the golden rule: love, unity, and peaceful life. Thank you for coming to the YouTube live. Things are getting crazy. Have a plan. Be prepared. Get ready for war. Get ready for war. And look up. Find your higher power, man. It's that time that people need to start finding peace. You need to start finding peace with your life. Find Yahshua. Peace.